inspired you to become a nurse, that too in the armed forces?
Okay. First of all, mabuhay from the Philippines. That means live on in a Filipino dialect. What inspired me to be a nurse is initially when I entered the military service, I have confused to really stay in the service because it hasn't it's still down on me. But through the years, as I came to meet the soldiers and my colleagues who are sacrifice their families, they sacrifice their energies, their everything just to take care of the soldiers. I initially come to understand that there must be something good, noble here. So as through the years, I look at when I was assigned in the field hospital, I learned about the sacrifices. Really notice how the soldiers sacrifice to defend our land. There was a time when every week we have 30 to 40 combat casualties coming to our hospital direct from the helicopters coming from the battle zone, and they are all bloodied and dirty. But still, they have the will to fight. They want to go back. So learning from them, if they can do this and they still are motivated to fight, how about us? We're in a relatively comfortable zone. We just have to offer them care, and still it's good. And to get the satisfaction, to see the satisfaction, the appreciation in their eyes about the care we've given, it really inspired me and made a move to me to stay in the service for good until I retire.
How challenging it has been to work in the military service, which is mainly male dominated?
Yes, because it's very challenging initially. It's a good thing that the Armed Forces of the Philippines do not subscribe to gender issues. Mainly, they give you respect upon your performance. Nobody, it doesn't matter to them if you're female, if you're a male. But of course, you have to prove yourself. And to prove yourself, you must understand the male, how they lead. Because I'm also a leader. So I have to put up in their standards because they have very high standards. And to do so, I have to understand what is their leadership characteristics. And their leadership characteristics is decisive, mission-oriented, direct to the point, which is a bit contrary to how we are as a female because we tend to be empathetic, more focused and relational, and tend to change our decisions. But then when I try to combine them together, put up the good characteristic of a male with that of a good leadership characteristic of female, it becomes a more potent force to be a leader. So that's how I handled it. And I need to understand them also, think like a man, think like a combat officer, so I would know how to support them in the healthcare industry.
What new initiatives you took during your tenure in the military?
Actually, I have many initiatives, but I can only do that with my team. As a leader, I cannot work alone. I have to have a team. And one of the initiatives I have is the Aeromed, the air ambulance in the Philippine Army, which I had in collaboration with the Office of the Army Surgeon and the Army Aviation with the tremendous support from the headquarters Philippine Army. I had just a pivotal role initiating, advocating, and one of that is having a first air ambulance wherein there's a modern, life-saving, like an ICU in the air, where we can perform en route care. Even if during transport of patients, we can already do life-saving because of their technology. And that boosts the morale of our soldiers to fight more.
What it means to win this nursing award?
Actually, what it means to win this award, it's not I don't think it's personally attributed to me. It's not a personal award for me. It's an award for all the military nurses I represent, civilian responders and military nurses who put themselves into harm's way just to give care. And also for the Filipino nurses, because I'm a Filipino nurse. So it's an award for all of us. I'm just representing them.
The last question. What do you think is the role of nurses in this era where the world is full of conflicts and casualties?
Oh, we are a force multiplier. Why? Because when we give health service support in our combat soldiers, on our combat fighters, we go outside the hospital, join the medical team, make sure that their survivability and enhance. Even put ourselves into harm's way to do that. So it's a biggest role because if there's a health service in the near the front line, because we're not allowed to be on the front line because we're not combat fighters, but at least we're on the periphery, we can already assess who will come back on the combat zone or who will need further more elaborate health services. With that as a margin, it could be a great force multiplier, and it could really increase the combat fighting strength of our armed forces.